This is soaring to new heights with drone technology. So let us all get ready to take flight. Now, our presenters today are Mr. Everett Johnson, Geomatics Products Specialist here at Spatial Innovision, and Roshan Clark should have been joining us, but unfortunately, he reached out to me about 10 minutes ago to let me know that he's unable to join today. But I do send his apologies and his regards. I am, and the voice you're hearing, I am Matthew Webster, the Vice President of Corporate Services, and I'll be today's session moderator. And hi, Johnny. Nice to see that you've tuned into Jamaica. I was wondering if anyone could hear, but nice to see that you're tuned into Jamaica. And again, feel free to share where you're from. As I say, represent for your nation. Now, today, we're hoping for a very interactive session and invite you each, to whether it's to raise your hand if you have any questions during the session, or even, pose your questions in the Q&A section or the comment box. Feel free to do that, and we will, facilitate each of those questions. And, to see if you're following, since we're all in here to hear about drone technology and to see what's on offer, I'd like to pause a minute and ask you. Now, I left this image blank, meaning, a silhouette, because I want you to see yourself flying a drone. So my question to you is, and I'd love for you to fill in the blanks, I need my drone too. Now, for me, I would love to use my drone to, look on the crops, to see the land mass of the crops that I have, for crop planning and stuff like that. So my question to you, and I'll open the floor for about 30 seconds for you to answer that question. So fill in the blanks. I need my drone too. Now you can either raise your hands or just drop it in the comment box, and I'll share those comments with those. So again, I'll open the floor for 30 seconds to let you share that. All right, so we haven't gotten any responses thus far. Oh, great. So Javon Henry says he needs his drone to inspect building facades. So, that's what Javon Henry needs. And hi, Karen, thanks for tuning in from Guyana. Thank you for tuning in from Trinidad, David, and Hugo. Hi, thanks for tuning in from Bahamas. But just one response in terms of the drone and filling in the blanks. So, everybody can just get a little lively. So Javon Henry says to inspect building facades. Now, moving right along from that response, I would say, you are in the right space. So we have a few more responses coming in. So Jenny says to monitor construction sites and building developments. And Delia says for soil analysis and land management. And Jeffrey, which is the last one I'll share for now, is remote sensing for water resources management. And I would say, as I said, from all these responses so far, I would say you are in the right space. Now, at Spatial, we offer two types of drones primarily, fixed wings and quadcopters. Now, you will learn more about these types of drones later. However, before I get into Everett sharing that, I just want to let you guys know we have a limited time offer. So what senseFly is doing, and this offer ends the 31st of March, is you can trade in your old eBee and get a new eBee X. So you have two options. whether it is to keep your payload and trade up to an EBX, or to trade in your entire system to an EBX premium bundle. And what is in the bundle, which is the sensor, the RTK activation, the certified operator training, and the backpack. Those are all in the bundle. And with either offer, so whichever offer you would want to choose, you get free entry to senseFly's academic course, which is a complement to owning your very own EBX. However, for more information, you can always send us an email at jones@spatialvision.com whenever you're ready to take flight. Now, following that shameless plug, Roshan would have shared a bit about, senseFly and Spatial's relationship. But, I would say that we've been carrying senseFly equipment for about 5 years now. And, if you're into fixed wing drones as a surveyor, it will be good for you. Whether it's crop management, thermal to measure like solar on the roof. But I leave the expert, and I'm going to actually ask the expert now to share with you his presentations. I'm going to invite Everard to come up and share a bit of information. So let me have him share his screen with you, and we go. But thanks for the participation so far. So Everard, I'm going to kill my screen share and invite you to share your screen at this time. And while Everard gets up his screens, I'm going to share some more responses in terms of what people want their drones to do. So Patrick said, participatory coastal mapping. Karen says, land management. Hold on 1 second for me. Apologies for the brief intermission, guys. Everyone was having a challenge sharing his screen, but he should be sharing at this time. So continuing, Hugo said, he needs his drone for the purpose of inspecting and photographing our water well fields and water land boundaries. And that's Hugo from the Bahamas. And trust me, we should have a drone that fits you. David also shares land management and crop data. So, those are some of the few use cases that Everett will go through once he can get his screen up. And where's Everett? All right, great. So Everett has his screen up. So Everett, you can just skip through to where your presentation would start. Everett, still on mute. So seeing your presentation, but you're still on mute. Everett?
Yeah, hello.
All right, hearing you now.
Okay, sorry about that. Okay, thanks, Matthew. I hope all is okay, and we'll take away some knowledge so as to advance your organization with drone technology. My name is Everett Johnson, and I'm the geomatic specialist and sales representative here at Spatial Innovision Limited. And again, welcome to today's webinar. Today, we'll be talking about the flagship drone of senseFly, which is the eBee and the other drones which senseFly carries, the eBee Geo and the agriculture drone, the eBee Ag. We'll then speak about the DJI quadcopter drone, the Phantom 4 multispectral, and the Matrice 300. There is, however, many more DJI quadcopters for all your applications. The eBee is the leader in lightweight fixed-wing drones. It is the best fixed-wing drone in the drone industry for surveying, mapping, agriculture, mining, and humanitarian, just to name a few. For surveying and mapping, drones will be able to provide digital terrain model, DTM, digital surface model, DSM, and orthomosaic in surveying and mapping application. You will be able to monitor the phases of your project in construction. In agriculture, drone will help you to monitor the crop health, and the result will indicate if the crops need nutrients. In humanitarian procedure, drone can help you with safety and rescue, also pre and post disaster mapping. senseFly eBee automates complex terrestrial surveying methods, and it enables professionals to act on valuable data insights while boosting their efficiency and safety. It will efficiently map up to 500 hectares, which is approximately 1,235 acres, while flying at 120 meters, which is 400 feet. The eBee unlocks a maximum flight time of up to 90 minutes, making it the perfect drone for covering large areas. With the available RTK and PPK, RTK mean real-time kinematic and PPK mean post-processing kinematic, allows you to collect data with high precision and achieve the absolute accuracy your aerial mapping projects require. It will give you an accuracy of down to 1.5 centimeter, which is approximately 0.6 inch without ground controls. With the on-demand RTK PPK capabilities of eBee, you can gather data with ease while maintaining high precision across every step of your workflow. Operate safely within more regulatory frameworks because of the eBee lightweight, which extend your operation possibilities and range. eBee is compatible with a wide range of interchangeable drone cameras or sensor to suit every project. Capture reliable aerial RGB, thermal, and multispectral imagery. With the eBee, most sites can be covered with one flight. There is no need for ground controls, which save time and cost significantly than if you were using other conventional method. It is designed to map large area autonomously, which enable data collection faster and safer. Therefore, you don't need to control the drone remotely, as it will be autonomously fly the fly path which was set. The senseFly eMotion drone flight planning software is beginner friendly, yet packed with advanced features to optimize results. eMotion helps you get your drone in the air quickly while including all the functionality you need to collect and manage exactly the geospatial data you required. eMotion includes intuitive mission planning blocks and flight modes to suit every application, from automating single flights to flying multiple eBees at the same time. eMotion full 3D environment adds a new dimension to drone flight management, helping you more accurately plan, simulate, and control your drone's trajectory for safer flights, more consistent performance, and improved data quality. Smart features seamlessly integrate and support your workflow. eMotion connects wirelessly to your drone, to industry cloud solution, to survey grade base station, airspace data, and even includes live weather updates. The imagery collected can then be processed to give output results such as point cloud, orthomosaic, and DSM, which is digital surface model. The orthomosaic can be used to measure floor size and plot boundaries, which can be used to calculate population density in an area. It can be used for future housing and road development. Data acquisition can be collected in less time than using conventional method or other types of drones, such as quadcopters, which will cover less area in more time. All these results can be achieved using Pix4D Mapper software and other Esri software such as Drone2Map. For agriculture, you can use the Pix4D fields. These software and applications was discussed in one of our earlier webinars last year, which you can free to view on our YouTube website. And as was said early on by Matthew, that we have a special offer happening currently for who have EBX, who have eBee drones, which was the older model. You can upgrade to a EBX, and this offer is available until the 31st of March 2022. I will now take some questions if anyone have anything to ask before I actually go into the senseFly eBee ag.
So what is the orthomosaic? That's a question from me. What's the orthomosaic I mentioned? What's that?
Okay, so orthomosaic, thanks for that question, Matthew. Orthomosaic is where you actually combine all the photos that was taken by the drone sensor to make it into one complete photo.
Okay, and before we move, I have a question from Jeffrey as well. What is the advantage of the fixed wing over the quadcopter?
Okay, that's a good question, thanks. Okay, with the fixed wing, you are able to cover a larger area. With the quadcopter, because of the time limit that quadcopters have, you are not able to cover as much in a specific time. So as was stated, that within a certain site, you can cover up to 1,250 acres within one mission.
Okay, and I remember you were sharing something to me about the landing style. You could probably add that as well.
Okay, so what's the other difference with the fixed wing is that it land linear. Linear landing means just like how a plane land, you would need like about field size to actually land. But it also have another capability of steep landing, where you can actually land with a lesser land space. And with the quadcopter now, it actually start off vertical and land vertical. So it's a vertical landing and also start vertically.
So in layman's terms, the quadcopter doesn't need as much space to land.
That's correct.
All right, cool. So I think you can move over now to the eBee Ag, which is the agriculture drone.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I will now discuss the new eBee Ag drone for agriculture from senseFly. The eBee Ag will give a flight time of up to 55 minutes. You can achieve absolute accuracy down to 2.5 centimeter with a RGB sensor. It will give you the best and most effective multispectral outputs. It's lightweight, rugged, and durable, safe and easy to use. With the new Duet M sensor, which is an advanced dual-purpose agriculture camera, the Duet M will enable you to achieve crop planning, planting, plant health, monitoring, crop scouting, pest, disease, and weed tracking, yield monitoring, and forecasting, to name a few applications of the sensor. With the eBee Ag, flying is easy. It is easy to maintain due to its swappable parts. If anything should happen to the drone, you can just order the parts and replace most by yourself. However, you will always have our local support from Spatial Innovision. The EBX backpack. Due to the fact that you will be using the drone in difficult to access or remote areas, as such, senseFly has developed a new backpack case for the EBX. First, they usually have the hard case, the EBX and the eBee. With its compact and rugged design, you can now easily take the EBX anywhere you can access on foot. The weight of the package has been reduced by around 75%, while still containing everything you need for your flights. As an example, some real-life situation where senseFly clients have requested something more lightweight and practical are mapping of hilly terrain in remote areas where vehicle cannot go, countryside during wet and muddy conditions, and other rocky environments such as mining fields. So now we'll actually go into some other questions.
Some further questions. So pretty much it's all that information almost just like it crashed into me. And this picture does pretty much sum me up. And I know we have to talk about quadcopters, but again, I'll open the floor briefly for any questions or comments at this time. So I'd open it for about another 30 seconds to see if there are any questions so far, and then we begin to speak about the quadcopters and that information. So the floor is open. So again, you can either raise your hands or share your questions via the chat section or the Q&A section. So. All right. So Everard, Ryan Wallace is asking, what is the cost? I'm not sure if it's
so cost. Thanks for that question, Ryan. Okay, cost, you can always email us at products@spatialvision.com and also marketing@spatialvision.com's our drone@spatialvision.com, and I will basically give you a rundown of the cost.
Right, because it will determine based on what type of drone you need.
Drones, and the application that you want.
Right, and then it may be a quadcopter that may be better versus a senseFly drone, right?
Yes.
All right.
So I would need some elaboration and basically what you tend to use this drone for to actually give you a good costing.
All right. And we can follow up with him after, everyone. So
Yes,
now I invite you to move on to the quadcopter.
No, there's one more question, I think.
No, man, we covered all the questions.
7. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so now I'll speak about the two of the DJI drones with spatial distribute from the wide range of DJI quadcopters. The Phantom 4 multispectral drone, which is the agriculture drone, it gathers precise plant level data and is built for agriculture missions, environment monitoring, and many more applications. With the P4 multispectral sensor, you can see beneath the surface. Agriculture imagery collection is now simpler and more efficient than ever before, with built-in stabilized imaging system that collects comprehensive data sets right out of the box. Access information collected by one RGB camera and a multispectral camera array with 5 cameras covering blue, green, red edge, and near infrared bands, all at 2 megapixel with global shutter and a 3-axis stabilized gimbal. An integrated spectral sunlight sensor on the top of the drone captures solar irradiance, which maximizes accuracy and consistency of data collection through different times of the day. When combined with post-processed data, this information helps to obtain the most accurate NDVI results. View both RGB and NDVI feeds. Simply having aerial imagery is not enough for professionals who want to know more. Switch between a preliminary normalized difference vegetation index, which is NDVI analysis, and the live RGB feed to immediately visualize where attention is needed, so targeted treatment decision can be made quickly. You can get centimeter level precision in real time, accurate positioning data and images captured by all 6 cameras with DJI's time sync system, providing centimeter level accurate measurements. The time sync system continually aligns the flight controller, the RGB and cameras, and the RTK module, which is real-time kinetic module, fixing the positioning data to the centimeter of the camera and ensuring each photo uses the most accurate metadata. All cameras go through vigorous calibration process where radial and tangential lens distortion are measured. The distortion parameters gathered are saved in each image's metadata, letting post-processing software adjust uniquely for every user. I will now talk about the other DJI drone, the Matrice 300. Is one of DJI latest commercial drone platform that takes inspiration from modern aviation system, offering up to 55 minutes of flight time. Advanced AI, which is artificial intelligence capabilities, 6 direction sensing and positioning, The M300 RTK sets a whole new standard for combining intelligence with high performance and unrivaled reliability. With a multiple payload configuration, your M300 RTK will fit all your mission needs. Mount up to 3 payloads simultaneously with a maximum payload capacity of 2.7 kilograms, which is about 6 pounds. You can put one sensor on the top of the drone and another 2 underneath. With the sensor on the top of the drone, that can be used for underneath of bridge and towers, power lines, things like that. Some of the functionalities of the M300 are live mission recording, where you can record mission actions such as aircraft movement, gimbal orientation, photo shooting, and zoom level to create sample mission files for future automated inspection. With a all spot check, this automate routine inspections and capture consistent results every time. Onboard artificial intelligence recognize the subject of interest and identify it in subsequent automated mission to ensure consistent framing. Waypoint 2.0. It creates up to 65,535 waypoints and set multiple actions for one or more payloads, including third-party ones. At each waypoint, flight path planning is also optimized to maximize flexibility and efficiency for your drone mission. I will now hand back over to Matthew.
All right, thanks everyone. So I've seen some questions in the chat, but before I get to that section, just want to remind you again of this offer. So this I think the third reminder. So again, this offer ends March 31, where you can trade in your old drone essentially for a new EBX. But for more information, you can always send us an email at drones@spatialvision.com, and I'll also drop that email address in the chat, so you can take some time. And for those who said that we're going to follow up on, I'm also going to ask everyone to follow up on that. Now, as we move, everyone, to the question and answer slide, so you can change the slide now. Everyone?
Yeah, Matthew.
Can go to the next slide.
Okay.
Yeah, which is the question and answer section. So we have a question that came in from Edwin Varela, was saying, what DJI drone does that multi-spec camera go on? So I believe that you had shared the sea beneath the surface, so it would have come at that slide, which had the
Okay, thanks. Okay, so the Matrice, if I understand the question correctly, I think you are saying which DJI drone can other sensors be equipped on or put on, right? So I think it's the Matrice 300, as you see. It can be equipped with other sensors. So you can actually, it can provide the application or results that you want from that type of sensor.
Okay. And another question that has come in is, can the DJI drone capture smoke plume using its spectrum, basically to help in air quality, air pollution study?
Okay, thanks for that question, Ryan. Well, I would have to do some further research on that one, right? But I think there are some DJI drones, but not these that we actually speak about. But as I said, I would have to do some further research to find out which exact DJI drone would be capable of doing that.
All right, so I'll take down Ryan's information so that we can reach out to him after you get that research done and get back to him. All right, everyone?
Okay, thanks.
All right, no problem. All right, so we actually received a comment from Mr. Hartnell Campbell saying he wants to thank Spatial for helping with drones at RADA, which is a Rural Agriculture Development Authority here in Jamaica. The Phantom 4 Multispectral, he says, is very accurate where mapping is concerned. And the eBee Ag is also a great asset in their use for agricultural study. Yeah.
Yeah. So thanks for that compliment, Harada and Mr. Campbell. As we recently distribute some a fixed wing and also a quadcopter to the RADA organization. And that was some good comment and we appreciate it. And we will always be here to basically help you along the way to actually get as much as you want from the drone.
Okay, and I know we also offer some training if they require it as well.
Yes.
That's something that you do a bit of. So as mentioned, we are in the Q&A section. I'll leave the floor open for, I said 30 seconds. If you want to share anything, and then if there are no more questions, then I'll wrap following that. So the floor is open for any questions. Again, you may raise your hand or share it in the chat or Q&A section as being done currently.
Okay, so until I wait on more questions, I can speak more about some of the other applications which actually was required, because what happened is that once you have the sensor that is actually placed on the drone, once you have a specific sensor, it can be used to actually give the result. So it's the sensor and also the software which you uses to get all the results that you required. So you have to know what the application you want, and then we can fit it with this correct sensor and also with the correct software to actually give you your results.
Okay. Mr. Campbell is back. So he was asked about the mapping of soil type. He's asking if you could shed some light on how that can be done.
Okay, so with the multispectral camera, right, and also with the 5 bands, the red, the green, the blue, the near infrared, and those bands actually have the capability of observing, taking photos of the soil, and then when using the software, which is the processing software, you can actually put in the algorithm which you want the result, and it can actually give you the soil type and and if the soil is good for specific crops. So with that sensor, you can do a lot of research.
All right, thanks, everyone. What about, so we speak about crop health, what about livestock? And that again is from Mr. Campbell.
Okay, so with livestock, you can also differentiate the types of livestock and also the groups that they are classified in. And so it can be, you can use a drone to actually mark the types of livestock and things like that.
All right, Thanks, everyone. So far, that's all
And
the questions.
also, yeah, and also the health of the livestock. You can know if they actually need more feeding, which is nutrients and things like that.
All right, so just to recap some of the stuff that we've learned so far, we have the fixed wing drones and the quadcopters. We have an audience stretching from Jamaica, Bahamas, Guyana, Trinidad. Thanking everyone from joining all those from those countries, and some interests that the audience have is to inspect, using their drones to inspect building facades, using their drones to monitor construction sites and building developments, need drones for soil analysis and land management, which you just answered as well, Everard. Remote sensing for water resource management, participatory coastal mapping, land management. So quite a few use cases. We have another question from Mr. Saunders. Is there any drones out there used for feeder line inspections, asset management inspections for electrical utility companies?
Yes, there is. So with the sensor, with the M300, because of its capability of using different sensors, you can actually place a photogrammetry sensor or a thermal sensor on it, which can basically inspect like electrical utilities, and also for asset management, yes. So the M300 would do that job for you.
Okay,
and
so I'd suggest that we can continue.
Yeah, I also see another question from Kamai.
Okay, you can go ahead.
Is the eBee X the best option for nighttime security patrol for a community using infrared? Okay, so no, the eBee X does not have a infrared sensor or night vision. It does not carry night vision sensor.
Okay, so it'd be good if we can look to see if there is any particular drones and reach out to come on, advise him.
Yes, I currently was asking DJI about a drone which actually have night sensor or night vision, but currently they are just they don't have one currently at the moment, but they are doing some actually research on how to actually get the sensor which would be capable of doing that.
All right, excellent. So I've there are a few people that would need to follow up with. Ryan Wallace being one, Tadrika Saunders, and then we also had some interest in the chat as well that we can follow up on in terms of conversations. But if anybody in our audience wants to keep the conversation going, you can always send us an email at drones@spatialvision.com. And Hugo says he's sending an email as we speak, which is good news, and we'll look out for that one, right, everyone?
Yes, we'll look out for that one and reply as soon as possible.
All right, no problem. So good news. They said that it's good stuff. We can take one more question.
Thank you.
I'll leave the floor open for another 15 or so seconds. But if there are no more questions, I do thank everyone for attending from as I mentioned, so many countries across the Caribbean. It's good to see the turnout today. Yeah.
And you can also check our other YouTube videos of drone and other webinars that Spatial actually carried.
Thank you, everyone. And Mr. Campbell from Radar is offering, saying that if anyone in Jamaica would like to see the drones in action, Radar would be happy to take you on tour with them. So that's an invitation from Rada for anyone in Jamaica in the audience. And with that,
And
again,
yeah, sorry, Matthew. And thank you again, Hartnell.
all right. With that, I want to thank everyone for joining this morning's session. It definitely was one of our most interactive sessions, and we're looking forward to the same interaction or even more in February's webinar, and that would be on the 23rd of February, the last Wednesday in the month. And we'll also send out that communication for any of members to join us, and where we need to follow up, we will do that. So thank you again for joining. I say that our CEO has joined. Thank you for being here, Dr. Clark, for being a part of the webinar as well. And hope everyone has a great day and a great rest of the week. And we look forward to sending out post communication to everyone as well.
Yeah, Matthew, one more person have just raised their hand.
Okay, no problem. Sure. That's Jenny Bailey. So I'll allow her to talk. Hi, Jenny. Hi, Jenny, you're on mute. So I see where you raised your hand, but you're on mute. So not hearing Janae. If you're having a challenge with the microphone, you could also share your question via the chat or the Q&A.
Oh, yes. Hi, I'm just reading the chat. I would love for Rada to do that.
Oh,
okay,
that's the...
Yeah, you can continue, Matthew.
Yeah, no, I was saying that's the invitation to go. So probably everybody can probably help to coordinate that and make that happen.
Yes, I can. So you can just send that information to us and I can actually link you with Mr. Campbell.
Awesome, thank you.
And that's at drones@spatialvision.com as shown on the screen here. You can always send the email there.
Thank you.
All right, no problem.
And please be reminded that we have all drones for all different applications.
All right, wonderful. With that said, again, thank you all for joining us. I believe it was a very informative session, and based on engagement, I've seen that a few people here are very excited about drones. I say so myself. And in closing, again, I wish you all to have a great week, and just prepare yourself to take flight. As Everett said, you can always visit our YouTube channel to see previously done webinars as well. Yeah, so with that said, have a great one, everyone, and we'll see you in February's webinar session. Take care.